You worked with Mel Gibson so early on. I wonder what you thought of this when Mel's public persona changed. You know, for a guy who knew him a long time ago, what did you think?
Well, I've stayed in touch to some extent. I suppose I spoke to him some years back. We were never close, but I was always very fond of him. And I feel for him very much now. I think that he is strangely being crucified in public by the media. We don't know and shouldn't be judging details to do with the woman he's with and the child they had, and that's for the court.
He didn't do. I mean, didn't do himself any favors. You know, I think that's the challenge for an actor.
Yes, I know. I know. There is this thing today. You could be recorded. I mean, he was recorded by the woman and so on. But I will say, you know, publicly that he is a decent man. He is a highly talented man. I'm sorry for what has happened to him. And I am very fond of him, and I will stand by him if he ever asks me to.
I wanted, you know, and not just Mel, but the idea of, like, you hear about how his career, since there are certain people who don't want to work with him, and, you know, there's talk.
It's pathetic.
I wonder what directors feel. You know, does the person's character, does their legacy, does their public image, does that get in the way of casting?
I suppose it might for financiers. But I spoke to him about this film. Mel. I rang him and sent him a copy. He said, "Can you see yourself in this?" And he said, "No." He had something. This was before his last scandal.
Right.
He had something else he was doing. I just don't think about that. I mean, I don't know. I suppose, you see, film in a way I've always thought is a foreign country. When you cross onto the set, that's its own world with its own rules, whatever the story is you're telling, and you people it with the actors. And when you've been through an experience like that, you get very close to people. And so I guess with Mel Gallipoli, The Year of Living Dangerously, Australian Pictures, we worked together. He'll always be, to me, have that deep connection as somebody that I respect. So I just don't judge him. Who am I to judge somebody? I love that story. It's a biblical thing about the glass house and throwing stones. So I think that should apply to Mel.